Lakers legend Robert Horry has just raised a serious concern about one major part of Luka Doncic's game, and it's something Lakers fans can't afford to ignore. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Look, no one's denying what Luka brings on offense. He's one of the most gifted offensive players we've seen in the modern NBA. The combination of size, strength, creativity, and court vision? Almost impossible to defend. Smaller guards? He bullies them with ease. Bigger forwards? He breaks them down with deceptive footwork, head fakes, and that iconic step-back jumper. He gets to his spots whenever he wants, and once he's there, it's either a bucket or a laser pass to an open teammate. Luka Doncic is, without question, a nightmare to guard on the offensive end. But here's where things get a little complicated. With LeBron James likely heading toward the final chapter of his time in Los Angeles, the Lakers are preparing for a new era, and Luka Doncic could very well be the one to lead it. However, if Luka's going to become the face of the Lakers, if he's going to carry the weight of this legendary franchise, then the defensive side of his game has to improve. And that's exactly what Robert Horry pointed out. For those who might not know, Horry isn't just some talking head. He's a 7-time NBA champion. He's played with legends, Shaq, Kobe, Hakeem, Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, the list goes on. He knows what greatness looks like. He knows what a complete player needs to bring to the table. And on the Dan Patrick Show, Horry was honest. He said it's not just about Luka's shape or conditioning. It's about effort. Defensive effort. And let's be real, Horry has a point. Luka has never been known as a strong defender. He's never been praised for locking down his man or making clutch stops. In fact, there have been too many moments, especially in a Lakers uniform, where Luka looked flat-out disengaged on defense. Blown coverages. Lazy closeouts. Letting guys blow by him without resistance. Now sure, some of that may be due to fatigue, injuries, or carrying such a heavy load on offense. But at some point, effort has to take over. You don't need to be a freak athlete to be a solid defender. You don't need to be Kawhi Leonard to give consistent energy on that end of the floor. You just need to care enough. And that's the part Horry was highlighting. Luka has the size. He has the strength. He has the basketball IQ. He reads the floor better than most players his age, and maybe better than most players in the league. So why can't he be at least average defensively? Truth is, he can. And maybe, just maybe, he's finally taking steps in that direction. This summer, we've seen glimpses of a different Luka. Reports say he's trimmed down. Pictures show him looking leaner, quicker, more agile. He knows that if he wants to be durable over an 82-game season and deep playoff runs, his body needs to be ready. And that improved conditioning, it could be the key to unlocking a more committed, more engaged Luka Doncic on defense. No, he'll probably never lead the league in steals or earn an all-defensive team selection. But that's not what the Lakers need from him. What they need is for Luka to try, to rotate, to contest shots, to stay in front of his man, to be the kind of defender who sets the tone, not by being perfect, but by caring enough to fight on every possession. And here's the thing, he's capable of it. We've already seen flashes of Luka making smart reads as a help defender, cutting off passing lanes, forcing tough shots, even grabbing key rebounds when it matters most. And let's not forget, defense is contagious. When your star puts in the work on that end, it lifts the whole team. It becomes a mentality, a culture. That's what made Kobe great. That's what made the Shaq-led Lakers, the Duncan-era Spurs, and even LeBron's title teams so dangerous. And now, it's Luka's turn. This season is going to be a massive test for him. It's not just about putting up big numbers or dazzling with highlight plays. It's about proving that he can lead, really lead, a team like the Lakers on both ends of the court. And with the spotlight brighter than ever, with legends like Robert Horry watching and calling him out, the question becomes, will Luka rise to the challenge? Will he finally become the complete player the Lakers, and their fans, are counting on? Because in Los Angeles, being great on one end of the court is never enough. You want to wear the purple and gold? You want to be the next face of this franchise? Then you've got to give it all. Offense. Defense. Effort. Every night. We'll see if Luka's ready. Something big might be brewing in Los Angeles. And once again, it involves LeBron James. Rumors have been swirling non-stop over the past few weeks about LeBron's future with the Lakers. And now, we've got a major update, one that could shake the NBA landscape all over again. Here's what we know so far. LeBron opted into his $52.6 million player option with the Lakers this summer. Now, to most people, that seemed like a clear sign. He's staying in LA, right? Well, not exactly. Because even though that decision locked him in financially, it didn't guarantee he's fully committed to finishing the season, or his career, with the Lakers. In fact, according to multiple reports, his future in Los Angeles is very much up in the air. And now, the trade rumors are louder than ever. Enter the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's right. LeBron's old team. The place where it all began. The team he once carried to greatness, not once, but twice. Naturally, fans are wondering, could we actually see a third chapter of LeBron in Cleveland? It sounds like a Hollywood script. A king returning to his throne. But is it really possible? Well, that's where ESPN's Brian Windhorst comes in. Now remember, Windhorst isn't just any analyst. He's followed LeBron's entire career, from high school to Cleveland, to Miami, back to Cleveland, and then to LA. If there's anyone who knows what's going on behind the scenes, it's him. And in a recent interview on 850 ESPN Cleveland, Windhorst delivered a message that caught everyone's attention. He said, "With a straight face, I can't say that it's impossible, but you have to understand, they can't feasibly trade for him." In other words, technically it could happen, but in reality, it's not likely. There are just too many complications. The Cavaliers don't have the salary flexibility. They'd need to move major pieces, and potentially mortgage their future. Plus, fitting LeBron back into their current roster, which is young and still developing, could create a whole new set of challenges. So why are these rumors so persistent? Simple, because LeBron's relationship with the Lakers front office reportedly isn't as strong as it once was. There have been murmurs of tension. Some believe he's unhappy with the direction of the team, the roster construction, or the organization's long-term vision. And when you combine that with the fact that he's nearing the end of his career, you get a situation where anything becomes possible. Let's rewind for a second and remember just how impactful LeBron's time in Cleveland truly was. He played 11 total seasons with the Cavs, the first 7 straight out of high school, and 4 more after returning in 2014. Across those 849 games, he averaged 27.2 points, 7.3 rebounds, 7.3 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. He shot 49.2% from the field, and over 33% from 3. But it's not just about the stats. It's about the legacy. 2 MVP awards. 10 All-NBA team selections. And of course, the 2016 championship, the only title in Cavaliers history. That year, LeBron led the Cavs back from a 3-1 deficit against a 73-win Golden State Warriors team. It's still one of the greatest comebacks, and one of the greatest performances, in NBA history. So yes, the idea of him going back to Cleveland is emotional. It's powerful. And for many fans, it just feels right. But back to reality. LeBron James is now the oldest player in the NBA. And yet, he continues to dominate like it's 2013. He's still averaging over 25 points per game. Still playing major minutes. Still leading his team in big moments. But time waits for no one, not even the king. And as he enters what could be the final years of his legendary career, every decision matters. Does he stay with the Lakers and finish what he started in LA? Does he push for one final homecoming in Cleveland? Or could another unexpected destination emerge out of nowhere? One thing is certain, LeBron is keeping quiet. No public statements. No interviews revealing his true thoughts. And that silence, it's only fueling the speculation. Because we've seen this before. LeBron plays chess, not checkers. Every move is calculated. Every decision, strategic. And right now, the NBA world is watching. Waiting. Guessing. Will the Cavs pull off the impossible? Will the Lakers try to make one last title run before letting go? Or will LeBron surprise us all with a move no one saw coming? No one knows for sure. But if history has taught us anything, it's that with LeBron James, anything can happen. Stay tuned. There's a major development coming out of Los Angeles, and this time, it's about the Lakers making moves to shore up one of their biggest weaknesses, the wing position. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Lakers are in serious need of help on the perimeter. Right now, there isn't a single proven wing defender on the roster who can be trusted to guard elite scorers for consistent stretches. And if the Lakers are serious about contending this season, that simply has to change. With Dorian Finney-Smith now officially in Houston, the pressure is rising. Jake Laravia, a recent addition to the Lakers roster, may end up taking on part of that defensive responsibility, but relying on him to be a primary stopper is asking a lot. The same goes for Adou Thiero, the Lakers' second-round pick this year. Thiero is known for his athleticism, his defensive motor, and his physical tools. He was drafted with the idea that he might eventually grow into a legitimate perimeter defender. But let's be honest, eventually isn't now. Both Laravia and Thiero are promising, no doubt. But they're also young, raw, inexperienced. And when you're chasing banners in Los Angeles, you can't afford to leave such a critical role to untested prospects. Which brings us to the hot name floating around Lakers Nation, Andrew Wiggins. Yes, you heard that right. According to several reports, the Miami Heat may be open to moving Wiggins. And that news has sent a ripple across the league, especially in Los Angeles. Wiggins is exactly what this Lakers roster is missing. An athletic, long, two-way wing with championship experience, elite defensive instincts, and the ability to guard multiple positions. Not to mention, he's a former All-Star and was a crucial part of the Warriors' 2022 title run. He knows how to perform when it matters most. So what's the hold-up? The asking price. According to trusted Lakers insider Jovan Buha, things aren't looking very promising at the moment. In a recent Q&A session, Buha said, "I don't know if Wiggins at this point is looking realistic," pointing to what the Miami Heat are reportedly demanding in return. And here's what's on the table. A package centered around Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, and a future first-round pick. That's a big price tag. Let's break it down. Rui Hachimura has quietly become one of the Lakers' most solid contributors. A strong, reliable forward who brings toughness, playoff experience, and a mid-range game that stretches defenses. He's not flashy, but he's dependable. And in the postseason, that counts for a lot. Then there's Dalton Connect, last year's first-round pick. Sure, his rookie season didn't exactly light the world on fire, but he's still a high-upside player with serious scoring potential. He's got range, athleticism, and a shooter's confidence. With the right development, he could become a dangerous perimeter threat for years to come. And of course, the future first-round pick. In today's NBA, those picks are like gold. Every team values them. Every contender hesitates to give them away. So when you put it all together, Rui, Connect, and a first-rounder, for Wiggins? It's understandable why Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office are being cautious. But here's where things get interesting. As training camp inches closer, the pressure may start to shift, not on the Lakers, but on the Heat. Miami already has a crowded backcourt and wing rotation. Young players looking for minutes. A roster in need of clarity. And Wiggins? He doesn't appear to be part of their long-term plans. If the Heat decide they need flexibility, or want to free up minutes for their young core, they may be forced to lower their price. And when that happens, the Lakers could be right back in the mix. Still, there's no guarantee. And if Miami holds firm, LA may have to pivot, and fast. Here's the challenge. The free agent wing market is dry. There are no impactful, two-way forwards sitting out there just waiting for a call. If the Lakers want a real upgrade on the perimeter, it's going to have to come via trade. And it's not just about defense. Adding someone like Wiggins gives you a versatile player who doesn't need the ball to make an impact. He can slot in next to LeBron, space the floor, finish in transition, and take on the toughest defensive assignments night after night. That's the kind of player championship teams need. But again, the price has to be right. So where does that leave us? Right now, the Lakers are evaluating, watching, waiting, keeping close tabs on the Heat and any signs that the Wiggins talks could open back up under more reasonable terms. They know what they need. They know time is ticking. And they're not the type of organization to stand still when there's a window to contend. Whether it's Wiggins or another wing that becomes available, you can bet the Lakers will be ready to make a move. So stay locked in, because something big could be coming to Los Angeles. And if it does, the Western Conference better be ready.